We're going to go and break down your straight air to see where you can improve on takeoffs in the air and the landing. The main issue I spotted here has to do with your takeoff. Currently, you're taking off and your nose is immediately diving down towards the landing. This is problematic because it means that you're going and pushing through the lip of the jump instead of up with it. And when you push through it, it's going to go and do a bunch of weird things for your airtime travel, your direction. That's basically why you're coming in and you want almost landing super nose heavy and you're needing to go and fight this back. What you want to be doing is making sure that you're leaving off your tail, because this goes and puts you in a nice upward position that's going to help you go with the arc of the jump. And that's exactly what you want on every single jump, is to be hitting that up, flat, down arc. Right now, you're going and skipping that step a little bit by going and making this pop up too aggressive, a little bit too nose heavy, and that's causing you to go from up to flat, what's making it so instead of going up, flat, down, you're going and skipping that whole up part, making it go flat, down. And that's really where all this nose heavy pressure is coming in. So you're doing a really good job saving that and landing squared considering, but you're needing to work for it, fight for it. So what I want you to work on doing is first, you don't need this much bend in your legs. See how you're in a full squatted position? This is a little too exaggerated. You can go and lessen this, relax it a bit, keep yourself more straight with less bend. This is like my maximum bent position for my maximum pop because I'm trying to really push it, juice it, and you can see that I'm still going and having my legs angled, not in a full straight squat. A straight squat isn't ideal because it's not a very powerful position. Think about if you're in your full squat position and then someone puts weight onto your shoulders, it's going to be really hard to hold it. So you only want to bend down to a point where you can still use your maximum strength. So that's going to be more like, let's see, right here. This should be the most you're ever bending your legs while going up the jump, because any more than that and you're going to start losing power, especially through the transition. And that's going to make it harder to hit the timing, because when you're more bent down, then you have more room to also extend. It's going to make the timing a lot harder. And that's the main thing we're seeing here is a timing issue. You're going and fully extending both legs at the same time, what's causing your leg to straighten out. And since you had such a squat position, it's absorbing the takeoff, and when you're pushing flat down off of it right here. And that's where a lot of this is coming from. So what you want to do is really go and be patient off this takeoff. Use less bend in the legs and let yourself ride off that tail, slightly shifting your weight to your back foot. So to do this, you still want to keep your upper body squared center over the board, but you're trying to keep a bit of pressure on your tail. So you want to go and have your upper body sort of set a little bit more towards your front foot. You can see that my head here is in line with my front foot, where yours is in line with the center of your snowboard. So this is just a little bit of a counterbalance that you can do in order to go and hold that tail pressure while keeping your weight centered over your snowboard, is just making sure that your upper body is super over top of the snowboard. So instead of being straight back and having your whole body jump over the tail, having your upper body shifted a little bit forward as you go and keep that weight on the back foot is going to help you go and get that stronger takeoff. We're going to go and unlink this here and go and look at another one of your jumps. So here we can see a bunch of the same things happening. You're going and squatting down a super exaggerated amount, a little bit too much, and then you're going and holding the squatted down position for a very long time. So that's going to be the next suggestion. Don't hold the squatted position as long. You don't need to be holding this position for a very long duration. If we go and zoom out and look at mine here, you can see that I'm coming into the jump very straight, very relaxed, and only once I go and start getting through the spoon of a jump, I bend down, and I almost immediately go and extend after that bent down position. So that little bit of timing is going to really help. You don't want to hold your maximum wound up position for longer than you needed, because your maximum wound up, compressed, tight position is actually going to be your least powerful form that's most susceptible to getting you rocked. So you want to start bending your legs a lot later. You should start bending down around here, right before the spoon of the jump, and that will give you plenty of time to go and keep your muscles activated, because you don't want to get in that stagnant holding position, because that's going to limit your maximum power, and that will go and limit your control. So here, again, your timing is just a little bit too off. You're trying to go and hold that bent leg position and then fully extend all at once. And here you can see that you didn't time it right. That's why you're leaving with your legs a little bit bent. you're maintaining a little bit better pressure off the tail of your snowboard, but since you're leaving with that leg positioning still a little bit bent, it's still going to go and make you go and nosedive because you're not going up with the jump. What's the last thing we're going to talk about here? It's going up and with the jump. Let me just go get this one set up, cropped. Nice. So on every single jump, it's really important to make sure that you're leaving off your tail. This is for a couple reasons. First of all, it's to go and just make it so you're an extra board length in the air, more power. But the second reason is because it goes and puts you on an upward arc with the jump. And this upward arc is crucial for every single jump because every jump has 3 stages: the up, the flat, and then the down. And it's only through matching the arc of the takeoff that you'll naturally match this arc in the actual jump, so you will be able to come into the landing stacked. We have one more straight air here we're going to look at. So again, you're getting into that squatted leg position very early, holding it for an extended period of time, and then you're trying to pop it all at once too fast. And that's going and throwing you out of control. So I'm going to make myself big here for a sec and just do a little demonstration the best I can. So what I want you to do is, instead of going and squatting all the way down and trying to explode up instantly, try to lessen this, make it less dramatic. So delay when you get into your squat position, lessen the amount you're getting to that squat position, and slow down the rate of acceleration through your legs. You don't need to jump with full power, full speed. Instead, you can slow it down, and just by making sure that you're transferring your weight to the tail of your snowboard, you'll be able to get a lot more power up and off the jump. Let's go and make myself smaller here, and we'll just go and highlight that quick here. So I'm coming in tall up until I get to going up the jump. This is because we don't want to be squatted down in the spoon transition of the takeoff, because that's where the most G-force is going to come in. So holding straight into that point, then going and hitting my squat down position, casually, not keeping that much bend in the legs. You can see I'm only around 20% bent, and this is my maximum bend that I'll ever use. And then from there, not trying to explode all at once, but instead having a smooth timing that matches for full extension as my tail leaves off a rip. Because your power when jumping doesn't come from explosive speed. Instead, it comes from smooth, consistent motions that will go and activate, making it so you can go and get that power transitioned through the lip of the jump. So that's what I want you to change how you think about it. Instead of thinking of it trying to go and get your maximum force off a jump, think of it as trying to get your maximum smoothness, allowing you to go squat down and then slowly extend, making sure you leave off your tail. And that's going to give you a lot more power. It's going to put you on that proper arc, and it's going to make it so the jump's way easier to control. That said, your air control and everything is looking really good. Even with these mistakes on the takeoff, you're still doing a lot to go and save it, still landing pretty stack-footed. So make these slight mistakes, less bend in the legs, slower, smoother timing, making sure you leave off that tail, matching that arc of the jump, and that should make it so your straight airs feel way better, and you'll be able to go and start hitting some sick grabs and starting to feel really good and in control. Let me know if you need any more feedback, and for anyone watching this, you can submit your videos for analysis on Addiction Plus, which is Snowboard Addiction's online coaching platform, and that's where all these video analyses come from. Thanks for watching.